Imagine putting years of work into building your brand, only to see another brand copy your logo, your color scheme, and even your marketing style. Word on the street is that Labi did just that to Fila Yoruba. Is this fair game or are they crossing the line? Let's break it down legally. Hi, I am F.O. Adesope Esquire, also known as the Green Lawyer, and I help creatives and businesses protect their intellectual property and prevent them from legal pitfalls. There's been some buzz around two fashion brands, Fila Yoruba, a brand that has been steadily growing, and Labi, which recently launched and seems to have copied almost everything about Fila Yoruba, their logo, their color palette. But this isn't just about fashion, it's about intellectual property and, more importantly, the protection of creative work. What happened with Fila Yoruba and Labi? Labi seems to have taken more than just a little inspiration from Fila Yoruba. We are talking about nearly identical branding, the logo, specific color palettes used, and even the tone of marketing campaigns. And let's be real, when you are a small business trying to build your brand identity, this kind of imitation can be seriously damaging. Some people might say, well, inspiration is part of fashion, but there is a fine line between inspiration and outright copying, especially when the identity of one brand is being mimicked so closely that it could confuse consumers. That exactly is where intellectual property law comes in. Now, let's talk about the legal side of this. When a brand like Labi copies the logo or other distinctive elements of Fila Yoruba's brand, it could lead to a claim of trademark infringement or even trade dress infringement. If Fila Yoruba has registered trademark for their logo or other brand identifiers, they could potentially file a lawsuit against Labi for infringement. This is where the tricky part comes in. How close is too close? Intellectual property law isn't always black and white, especially in fashion. Just because something looks similar doesn't automatically mean infringement. But if consumers are likely to confuse these two brands, or if Labi's brand is benefiting unfairly from Fila Yoruba's established reputation, Fila Yoruba might have a case. So what can Fila Yoruba do in this situation? First off, they can start with a cease and desist letter, which is a formal way to tell Labi to stop using their branding and potentially settle the issue without going to court. If that doesn't work, they could pursue a legal action for trademark infringement. Another important lesson here is the importance of securing your intellectual property early. For a growing brand, getting your trademark and other intellectual property rights can help protect your creative work